Since classic Christmas movies have become such an important part of our holidays, we thought we'd look at some of the earliest holiday films ever made. Like this 1898 British film, which runs little more than 1 minute long. It's the first Christmas movie ever made. It's also the first movie to show parallel action. The audience sees children getting into bed while they see Santa climbing down a chimney. In 1900, French filmmaker Georges Melies produced something he called The Christmas Dream. It opens with children in a 17th century bedroom who go to bed and dream of dancers. And then rooftops, where angels are dropping presents down chimneys. Then a church service on a snowy night. Out in the crowded street, a beggar holds out his hat for alms. We next see him as the surprise guest at a banquet. And then the dream ends. The children awake and find presents. Then, for no more reason than we've been given so far, we return to the dancers, which shows that even a silent movie can lose something in translation. The Night Before Christmas, from 1905, only vaguely resembles the poem by Clement Moore. It adds scenes of Santa feeding his reindeer and working in his shop, while a family prepares for his visit, and the kids have trouble settling down for their long winter's nap. The movie's special effects show how much progress still lay ahead in cinematography. A Little Girl Who Did Not Believe in Santa Claus, a 1907 film from Edison Manufacturing Company, offers an original plot, as well as a few surprises. A boy meets a poor girl who doesn't believe in Santa because he's never visited her home. That night, the boy manages to capture Santa and force him at gunpoint to follow his directions. He orders Santa to take them to the little girl's house so he can deliver gifts. We see the boy starting to slide down the chimney, but something must have gone wrong because we next see him entering with Santa through the front door. After dropping off presents, Santa is ordered at gunpoint to produce a Christmas tree. But we know Santa will forgive an assault with a deadly weapon because we later see him tucking the boy back into his own bed. In 1916, D.W. Griffith produced A Trap for Santa Claus, which opens ominously with an out-of-work father abandoning his family and taking to a life of crime. Meanwhile, the penniless mother inherits a fortune. She buys a big house, and on Christmas Eve, her daughters set a trap for Santa Claus. But the trap catches their father as he breaks into the house to rob it, not knowing who lives there. All is forgiven, and Dad dresses up as Santa Claus for the highly improbable happy ending. Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol has been filmed more than 20 times. The first version, produced in 1901, is titled Scrooge, or Marley's Ghost. It's a brief British version that tries to fit a lot of story inside 5 minutes. The film is notable for its earnest attempts at special effects, like the use of double exposure for flashbacks and scene changes. While some effects work pretty well, there are clumsier touches, like depicting Marley's ghost with a cast member just wearing a sheet. The 1910 version of A Christmas Carol from the Edison Manufacturing Company was a bigger production, and it shows how much cinematography had advanced. The image is clearer, and the double exposure effect is so improved that the viewer might not even notice that the story is mostly told without leaving Scrooge's bedroom. Mark McDermott, who played Scrooge, was just 40 years old during the filming, and he gives a spirited version of the transformed Scrooge. At the Cratchit family's house, Scrooge, along with members of the audience, shed tears at the happy ending. There must be something essentially Christmassy about crabby old men becoming tender-hearted, because the theme was used again in A Christmas Accident from 1912. The crabby old man in this case shares a duplex with a poor family, whom he despises and wants to keep out of his half of the backyard. He finds them continually annoying. Then, for a reason never explained in the storyline, the old man's dog is killed. On Christmas Day, the children watch as their parents set up a tree and begin wrapping presents. Dad tells them regretfully there'll be no turkey this year. Meanwhile, crabby old man trudges through a Californian's idea of a snowstorm and mistakenly walks into his neighbor's home instead of his own. He's carrying a turkey that he bought for his Christmas dinner, but the kids think he brought it for them. Stunned by the kids' happiness of an anticipated turkey dinner, he quietly hands it over. Now, the movie's sentimental coup de grace comes when one of the girls presents him with a gift, a teddy bear to make up for the dog he lost. Well, that does it. The old man melts. And, as all Christmas movies should, the story closes on a happy ending. You can find links to these and other Christmas movies below. This video is brought to you by the Saturday Evening Post Digital Archives. For only $15 a year, you can explore 200 years of American history in the Saturday Evening Post online archives. Subscribe today.